sustainability really is an issue at stake at the moment, with civil societies. And some of the challenges are connected with the overly dependence on funding, especially foreign funding, and the lack of support from the local institutions like the government institutions, the corporate bodies, and even the beneficiaries, the target group. Other challenges relate with institutional challenges in terms of structures, lack of proper structures, and lack of proper regulation of the operations of the CSO over time. The way CSOs come up, individuals sometimes have visions, and we begin to put our visions into practice, and sometimes no laid down regulations, no structures, things are carried out haphazardly, and then the organization grows and is able to access some funding to do the work. Sometimes at the beginning the projects are very charming for international bodies to support, but along the line you are not able to access funding after a few projects have been executed. And sometimes because of institutional challenges, as I said, either reporting is not well done, accountability issues, transparency issues, all of this militate against sustainability of civil societies. And there are a number of things that we can do to address this issue of sustainability. One would be to get the local bodies buy into our visions, because the civil societies have very good visions towards carrying out corporate responsibilities for the society. No civil society is existing for its own benefit. All exist to support the society, to make life better for the vulnerable. And these are very laudable causes that government institutions can support. And if we are able to also mobilize support of corporate organizations within the society, because they are the ones who control the economy, they have the funding, and they can support some of our funds. And so we would not be solely dependent on the international bodies. And of course today there is what we call donor fatigue, and the international bodies are questioning, we are doing so much, and what are the local governments doing? What are the millionaires in Africa doing towards addressing social problems in Africa itself? So we need to mobilize these stakeholders to support our causes, because we have very good causes that if they support us, there will be sustainability. And so we could diversify our funding sources, get some funds from the international bodies, get some funding from government, get some funding from the corporate entities, and of course also get the beneficiaries, the target group, to buy into our vision, to support in some way, because of course the beneficiaries, the people we serve, are not totally, helpless. They have some powers with which they can support our services and our projects. And if they even claim ownership of the services of the civil societies, that alone is a strength towards sustainability, because sometimes you set up a project, a hospital, a school, water, and all of that, and it's not maintained by the owners of the project, I mean the target group. And so the project dies, and you begin again, go back to look for funding to rehabilitate a project that you have set up. How does the funder feel, especially when the funder is not within that setting? So the funder begins to doubt whether you really are credible, whether you really are, reporting sincerely. But if the communities, the beneficiaries own these projects, they will now take some responsibility towards maintenance too, so that these projects that we bring about here and there would have long lifespans. And then we can move into something else. We are not going forth and back. We start something, then we go back to it. If we even support a child in school, that after some level, the child can support himself and support some members of the family and other people within the community, that you are not all the time the one giving and the beneficiaries fold their arms and are helpless. I think these are some of the things. And then also, like I said, institutional issues. The civil societies really have to try to meet up to the current standard of doing things. These days we hear about best practice in different fields. There is best practice in accountability, in accounting or financing. There is best practice in recruitment, best practice in supervision and evaluation and all of those things. We have to also sit up and set standards for doing these things. And when we set the standard, we will be able to attract support either from the home front and from the external bodies, and even our beneficiaries too. When we are transparent and accountable to them and involve them in whatever we are doing, designing towards their benefit, I think we will get better support from all of the stakeholders involved in helping us. And I think this could bring about some sustainability. And there are other initiatives that CSO can get involved in. We talk about social enterprise, where you start some income generating activities towards social good, towards the common good. And these are initiatives that can boost our sustainability, whether it is financial sustainability or institutional or identity sustainability. And then we also look at the issue of visibility and publicity. We do a great deal of work within this society, but how much do people know? Every time you hear, oh, we have never heard about you, we have never heard about you. They wouldn't hear about us because we spend so much time serving, delivering services. We don't spend half of that time to tell the world what we are doing, to use the so many avenues, platforms that are now made available to express ourselves, to sell our vision, to sell even our successes, our achievements. So NGOs or civil societies will have to shift from the position of just managing and doing activities, carrying out activities, to public relations, connecting with the wider society, sending out information about what we are doing, using the so many available platforms. Especially today, there is so much that we can do. There are different platforms that we can use to tell our stories. And I think when our stories are heard, we will be able to get more support, and so many others, so many stakeholders will buy into our vision and mission, and this will bring about sustainability of civil society.